Quite the comedians. That thing was muted for you guys. That is too bad. It was a real thing of beauty. Welcome into Pregaming here on Sports Money. Appreciate you guys taking the time to join us here. I'm trying to get everything situated. I didn't realize until it was over that it was muted. Sometimes I share it, and it is what it is. But hey, listen, excited for the card tonight. It's a big card, as you can see by the screen. Our agenda, our workflow for the evening. We're going to cover the Kings and Jets, the Capitals and Blackhawks, and the Blues and the Mammoth. It's only 3 games in the NHL. I got to play for you in all 3 of those games. It just, sometimes it lines up that way. Sometimes there's 12 games and I only have 3 plays. Today I have 1 in each, and I really like all 3 of them. We'll talk about those with some trends that are our friends, including a 23-0 streak. Actually, it's just a flat out 23-0 trend, period. So I'll share that with you guys. And premium card galore. I'm sharing my full premium card there in the NHL. Merrimack and SIE will kick us off for our college basketball spots out there. We'll talk about Cleveland State and Oakland in the Instagram free play of the day. USC and Minnesota will finish up our college hoops card. It's not the biggest college hoops card. There's a lot of MAAC action. The other MAC, I heard they're working on changing the name from the MAC. So we'll see what they come up with. They should reach out to me. I think I'm pretty good at naming things. Anyhow, I'll talk more about the Peach Bowl. I've got an additional play for the Peach Bowl. I'll give you guys right from the premium card tonight. And then we'll finish it off with 3 spots in the NBA. It's a pretty nice NBA card. Maybe I'll add a 4th. Maybe I'll add a 4th game in the NBA for you guys. I think it's on my premium card as well. But I'm excited for the Chick-fil-A Bowl. That's going to be popping off at 7:30 this evening. Hopefully you guys joined the live show last night. Pre-flop, we did not get there with the plus 3.5 for Ole Miss, but that might be the best college football playoff game I've ever seen. 4 lead changes in the 4th quarter. And you know what we do. We live bet with the best of them. We live bet better than any of them. And cashed all kinds of plus 4.5, plus 5.5, 6.5. Just bang, 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 cash. Not money lines, sadly. But, told you the way I like to approach it. Anytime you take a dog with plus money when they're down, it's like 1 unit, half unit. 1 unit. If you believe that they're going to win the game, it's 1 unit on plus 5.5. It's a half a unit on the plus 350, right? Whatever the case may be. That way you're still, you're still winning. Even if they don't win outright, you get all those bonus points that we got out there. So looking forward to that game tonight. This should be a banger between Oregon and Indiana in the rematch. Pretty cool. 13-1 Oregon, 14-0 Indiana. So that's going to be what we talk about this evening. Plus, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard, let me share it with you guys that Shark and I did our NFL breakdown. 6 games for you guys, 9 best bets. I saw a bunch of you guys in the chat, so I appreciate you guys coming through. We wanted to get together today on Friday so that you guys had all weekend to consume the analysis for those 6 games. I had some pretty compelling trends, I thought, in all of those games. And I gave you sides and totals, but I gave you 5 best bets. I went 1 extra over the top because I've been 3-1. Actually, I think I went 3-1, 4-0, 3-1, and 3-1 for my best bets. So you got a 5-pack today. You got a 5-pack out there for all 6 of these games. I got sides, totals, and player props. My guy Shark came through with a 4-pack as well. That's 9 best bets for the 6 NFL playoff games that take place tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. How about that? Who loves you guys more than your boy Mikey Money and the Sports Money Network, trying to give you guys best bets and plays to cook these books. That's what we're here to do this evening. We had a pretty decent run of it last night. We blah, 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 blah. What was that? Was that stroking out? Was I stroking out there? Boy, my shit's a mess right now, huh? I got windows open everywhere. I got all kinds of tabs open here. See if we can't streamline this thing just a little bit. I really like that Monday night play. And the more I sat back thinking about it, the more I like it even more. And it's Monday, so hopefully it's progressive. Hopefully I can win 3 plays that I gave out on the Rams game, stack it into the 2 plays I like for that Green Bay game, and then just fucking run it. Just run it, rip, roaring, wild. All right, let's see what we got. Let me get focused here. I feel like my voice is doing a lot of recording. It's what I feel like my voice has been doing. So I hope you guys are enjoying them videos. I do appreciate all the thumbs up and the like buttons that are being pressed out there. I appreciate the comments. You know, anytime you get a chance to, I know you guys are busy, but if you can get the chance to leave a comment post show about a play you like, a spot that you're on, an interesting trend that you found, love all that kind of stuff. And it helps us all get better down the long run. So player props that you're getting involved with as well. Things that we didn't cover on the show. I try to shout out all the comments on the show, but sometimes we got a bunch to cover and not enough time to do it. So, fucking bet stamp. Get moving here, bet stamp. I know we generated 1.6 units yesterday. Show plays 1.6 units. But bet stamp doesn't want to load. Let me try this. Let me try a different way. Let's try it this a different way. That's strange. I don't know if it's my internet. My power went out earlier today. I don't know if it's my internet. But I don't want to mess it up for you guys. I don't want to mess up what we're doing here with the show. All right, listen, we won 1.6 units yesterday. You got to take my word for it because I can't pull up the sheet, and I deleted everything else. So actually, you know what? I probably can find it. I'm sure I can find it here. I'll tell you what. Free plays over on Instagram, 8-2 in our last 10. That's real. That's big money. Fuck it. It's not opening. It's not opening. It's okay. Let's just move on. I'm hungry. I need some dinner. I need to get myself a cocktail ready for this big college football bowl game. Man, that one last night was so damn good. I'm fucking jacked for this one tonight. I hope this one tonight falls in line with a similar vigor. Much appreciation to all you guys that joined us. Sorry about the muted video to kick this thing off. There's 2 options. There's share screen or share window. Yesterday I picked the right one. Today I picked the wrong one. So if you want to get stat breakdown, it's only 4 minutes long, but you can hear it over on our YouTube channel. You'll see it scrolling across the bottom. If you guys would kindly smash the thumbs up button, we can move to work and keep a swift pace. Try to get these plays out there before they start tonight, you guys. That's what we're here to do. We're here to make some money. So give that thumbs up button a kick, smash, poke, push, whatever you got to do. And then let's get ready to make some money. Let's see who's here. Get your best bets in the chat so we can talk about them. Shout out to Blake M's here. Dougie Wise got the free bands play of the day in Oregon plus 3.5 from Dougie Wise. Nicholas Andy's here. Mark Kells checking in. Dougie Wise says, hope you guys cashed the Canes 2-unit banger with us yesterday. Shout out to Dougie Wise. Toucan, is it just me or is it muted? It was muted. It is muted. I should have been paying attention. Seems muted. It was muted. He's really talking too. Dougie Wise. Technical difficulties is what it was. Dale fixes. Thank God I can read lips. Yeah, Toucan, it was pre-recorded. You guys can all check it out over there. It's only 4 minutes long. You can check it out after the show. It'll be there for you guys so you're ready to go. I thought a pretty compelling angle for this game here this evening. Shout out to Paul Romero. Says, how about them Hurricanes, huh? Red Beard says, banger breakdown. JPZ. He's like, I'm dropping knowledge right now. Dale Fick. Oh, yes, you are right. Great insight, says Paul. Tailing big time. Jolly Green says, muted Mike. Can't hear you. Let's go. Let's see where we're at. JPZ says, so animated. Possibly he hasn't heard such amazing insight since the great Helsinki coverage of 1926. How can we forget the great Helsinki showdown? Thank you, Ice. This is Mikey's best breakdown ever. Appreciate you guys breaking my balls. I like Dale Fixes. I think he said Oregon was a lock. Cody Norton says, loved the breakdown. Paul Remember says, hopefully not like Ole Miss was the side last night. I'll tell you what, dude, we cashed like 6 ways in that spot. Pre-flop, didn't get it right. Team total, I gave that out live on the show. That cashed in the third quarter. That was an easy casher out there. And we cashed all those plus money live bets. Good stuff. Plus 5.5s, plus 6.5s. JPZ says, I talked to myself. Dana Delp, sorry, missed a live show last night. Hope y'all cashed. We did. He says, I've heard enough. I'm doubling down on Oregon. JPC says, run it back. Run the video back. Oh, no. Paul Romero says, no more Mac. Shall now be known as the Whopper. JPC says, I bet Indiana. Basically flipped a coin based on college football record. You should take Oregon. Dougie Wise likes the Hawks -1.5. Peter Gracia says, let's go Ducks. Let's go Ducks. It was on the big over. Big for the over. Fourth quarter was amazing. That game was awesome, man. That game was really good. Peter Gracia's college football game was awesome. Lost in the real life. Man, I'll tell you what. I slipped out for a couple cocktails at lunchtime. So I was pretty buzzed up by the time that game started. I can't believe I got through it. Man, I was fucking hurting this morning. I had to get up at ass crack at dawn and drive to Buffalo. Oh, man, what a beat-up job. Andrew K. says, let's go, baby. On the trailer, boys. On the trailer. Jerry Davis. Pacers, Jazz, Moneylines. Lemoyne, alt 10, and Avalanche goals, and -2.5. Paid nice last night. Cody Norton's got the scumbag play of the day. There it is. Cody Norton's here. He's giving you guys the scumbag play of the day. It's the Nets +5. Jerry Davis is big on the Indiana tonight and the under. DJ Hardy says, is there any live shows tonight or this weekend for football? I think we're going to go live tomorrow. I think we're going to go live for a show tomorrow, probably for the evening game. Unless somebody persuades me otherwise. You know how to persuade me to get me going there. DJ Hardy, appreciate you, my dude. Peter Gracia says, I'm on big money. It will be vodka something. It sure will. Mr. Wesker says, Oregon, duck walk all over Indiana. DJ Hardy, NLL, little NLL action. He's got Calgary over 20.5. Jays Ride and Shine says, are you live streaming the football game tonight? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think tonight's the night. I asked Razor what he was doing. He's doing the wife and kids evening. So I don't know. Paul Ross is great night all around. Nicholas Henry says, I humbly disagree. Gary's in the house. What up, Gary? Set to stop. Geo says, good luck tonight, mofos. All right, let me get you guys my plays. And let me get you guys up and out of this piece. You know what I'm saying? None of ya business. Same game parlay. No sides or totals. Mendoza over 22.5 rushing. Roman Hemby anytime touchdown for a +313. Stop Geo. Shit, nobody here next day air. Mikey Money, a large amount of alcohol needed in the action. DJ says, let's go live tonight. Kenny Wood likes the LA Kings -121. $1.25. Stopfield says the NFL show was money earlier. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you haven't checked it out, I mean, listen, it's the real deal Holyfield, man. We're giving out free best bets. Some of these, you'll find them over on our premium sides with the winnable action. So get them breakdowns. Yeah, there's only 2 games tomorrow, but there's 3 games on Sunday. There's 1 game on Monday. It's a 6-pack of action for you guys. And we went through each game in detail with some player props, sides, and totals. So that's how we'll kick this card off. We'll talk about the LA Kings and the Winnipeg Jets in the NHL game number 1 on my sports card here. And the very first play that I made this morning, I didn't even feet touch the ground, hung over, getting up, getting ready to go to Buffalo. And I said, you know what? I got to take this LA Kings spot for a bunch of reasons. First of all, we've got Darcy Kemper versus Eric Comrie as the goaltending battle. Clear advantage to the LA Kings, including the fact that Kemper is named to the Olympic team. So you got to respect that aspect of things out here. There's a vote of confidence. Sometimes that vote of confidence is that kick in the ass or that 2x4 alongside the face that says, all right, dude, get your shit together. And so He's been playing really strong. He's been playing really well. But I told you guys going into this, I couldn't believe he got the call for the All-Star game or for the Olympics, because he did allow several goals, 4 or more goals in 3 of his last 4 games. But, the thing for the Kings is they're still winning. They're still scoring goals. It don't seem to make a difference. And then you look at this Winnipeg Jets team, second leg of a back-to-back, got busted up by the Edmonton Oilers last night. It was a 4-3 final, expenditure galore, a lot of energy used to try to get in there and be competitive with that Oilers team. And they're 3-13-5 in their last 21 games. So, yes, it's got to be an LA Kings spot for me. Furthermore, as I'm looking at these trends, they are our friends. Road team off a loss does rebound against a tired home team. It's a factor. It's 8-2 in its last 10. But the biggest one I want to give you guys, it's a hybrid of a lot of our favorite spots. You're the road favorite for a reason. You're playing against a tired opponent. They're on the second leg of a back-to-back, and they played 3 games in 4 nights. All of the 4 check the box for the Kings. You're 23-0 in those situations. Road favorite, tired opponent, second leg of a back-to-back, 3rd game in 4 nights. That's it. It's 23-0, and we're getting a terrific price tag on the LA Kings. Does it mean it's going to cash? No. Does it mean it should cash? Yes. And so I'm going to dump on these LA Kings to kick the card off here for the NHL side of the house. Let's keep it moving. Brisk pace. Got to speed her up. So I got to get something to eat, man. I'm hungry. Washington Capitals, Chicago Blackhawks for game number 2 in the NHL. Bringing her down to Spencer Knight and Logan Thompson. Pretty competitive, or pretty competitive balance, I guess. Last start out for Thompson, bunch of saves. I mean, the problem I'm finding with this Washington Capitals team is they stopped playing defense. So the goalies are getting roasted like a fucking marshmallow. 32 saves on 35 shots. Pretty good. He's got a 91.4% save percentage, but they're just 15, 12, and 4 in his starts. So you have to wonder what the hell's going on. Furthermore, he's in the worst streak of his season, 0-3-1 in his last 4 games. Not getting enough defense. He's playing very poorly on his own. Now we look at the Chicago Blackhawks team. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Connor Bedard, back. Guess who's back? Back again. One of the more prolific goal scorers and handsman in the NHL. Now you add in there Spencer Knight's your goaltender. You got a win streak. You got your lineup back. You got the better goaltender of your lineup out there. Probably, despite the numbers being as close as they are, the reality is Spencer Knight's playing fantastic. He's only 13, 11, and 6. Now you might say, well, that's just above 500. What do you mean he's playing fantastic? Well, he's playing on a shit team. I mean, they got Connor Bedard because they're not good. And so they're in the depths and breadth of a rebuild. And so for him to come out there at 2.61 goals against average, 91% save percentage, that's a lot different than Logan Thompson, who's getting shelled because his team's not playing any defense. So I give the advantage here to the Chicago Blackhawks. Capitals are 3-5-2 in their last 10. They are a losing team that's not playing defense and leaving their goalies out to dry. And we're going to take a plus money price tag for the Chicago Blackhawks here at home as we kick off this card and keep it rolling. For the kill. Mikey's a capping machine, and I'm here for it. That's K. With Dog Mike. A plate tonight, RJ Barrett over 22.5 points for our guy SK. Nani has got a crazy parlay payout potential. That's a lot to say 3 times fast. Jay Davis says, Mikey, looking at Miami, Ohio, taking belt to ass again with a line that suggests they were vulnerable again. It's early. Peter Grassi says, Ducks and over for a tease. Public dog of the day, the Suns Moneylines to stop geoengineering. Okay. Last game I got for you guys in the NHL. We're going to look at the St. Louis Blues and the Utah Mammoth. The big announcement that the Utah Mammoth will host what looks to be one of the most exciting outdoor venues I've seen when it comes to outdoor hockey. The big, beautiful mountainscape in the background, the Utah Utes. What a spot. What an opportunity. That should be a lot of fun to check out. So I'm going to live bet the Toledo shitbags right now. And I'm going to sprinkle their money line too. Let me do this real quick. Bear with me. Gary Davis got me fired up. I love when we call games over and they're just starting. So I got to get in there. No disrespect, Jerry, but let's see what we can get here. Let's see what we can get this Toledo line at. Now that I'm looking at it, let's see what damage we can do. The needle and the damage done. Plus 11.5. Yep. Sign me up. Plus 11.5. Plus 3.8. Oh, plus 12.5. Even better. 12.5 for Toledo. And I'll sprinkle this plus 470 money line. Why not? Why not? And so the reason that this is the play, oh, it's even 13.5 now. It's not even going through. Get it for me. The reason that's the play, you guys, is because you got the better ranked team on the road and the home team's favorite. So it's kind of like, what's the book trying to tell you there by that quirky situation out there? And to me, they're telling me take 13.5. So, and sprinkle this plus 475 money line. That's how we're getting down. All right. Yeah, I mean, look, the thing about Miami, Ohio, when you look at their players, now I know we're going into this game in a minute anyways, but I don't think their 3-point ratio is fucking sustainable. Nobody makes over 50% of your 3-pointers all season long. You know, that's to me is just one of those crux. I mean, they're beating everybody up. And they're on the road, which is even more impressive. So we'll see what happens, but I'll lay I got 12.5, 13.5, and I got a plus 475 out there. So let's see what happens in that game. Last game on the NHL card, Joel Hofer. We got a Joel Hofer sighting in the St. Louis Blues backing in the Utah Mammoth. Got Carl Vejmelka that will start in the goal for this guy. And again, a very comparably matched goaltending battle. 2.88 goals against average for Hofer, 2.65 for Vejmelka, 89.9% save percentage for Hofer, 89.7% save percentage. On the surface, we're pretty balanced. So why are the Mammoths such a big favorite? That's the question that we have to figure out here. In Bennington, 7 goals allowed against the Chicago Blackhawks. That aforementioned Chicago Blackhawks. So you got to believe that. They got to give that guy a break because they got nothing else. And the only guy left is Hofer, which is never a position of strength. Now, he has been playing well. 1.95 goals against average. I generally like the overs in Utah. It seems like it runs at a faster pace with this elevation. But tonight, well, I'm just not getting involved in this total for the St. Louis. I don't want to count on the St. Louis Blues to do shit except lose. And, Mammoth are 3-1 in their last 4. So I want to count on the Mammoth to win. It's a big price tag. I think it's a big price tag for a reason. St. Louis Blues are struggling galore right now. And by the way, I mentioned how Hofer's been playing better in his recent stretch. So is Vejmelka. 2.65 goals against average. He's up to a 2.14 in his last 7 games, and they're winning. They're 5-2 because of it. So I'm going to jump in on this Utah Mammoth, except the way that I'm going to attack it is going to be the -1, not the regulation, the -1. And we'll see if we can't get paid to finish off the NHL card. Well, excuse me, my nose is itching. College hoops, we're already down to 10.5 and a plus 380 on that Toledo side of things, boys and girls. Let's go. Let's get that live bet home. Let's see if we can't get that money. Get that money. Merrimack and Siena pop us off for the college basketball card. Funny, we were laughing about the glory that was the shame of the college basketball card that I put together yesterday, and we kicked ass. It was a great card. And I think we got a similar situation here, albeit now this line's still moving a little bit. A little concerning. Merrimack opens up as 5.5-point road dogs. 67% of the bets and 70% of the cash like this road dog. It's not moving 1 cent. And the totals move 4 points to the over. 130.5 moved to 134.5. 79% of the bets, 78% of the cash came in on this under. And it's moving up. And you got to look at this. The name of the game for Merrimack is tempo. They run a hybrid 2-3 zone. And it just forces teams outside the perimeter to shoot awkward, ugly 3-point shots. That's the problem that you have out there if you're playing Merrimack. And that is why the unders have been such a glorious run for Merrimack bettors. Unders, when the total are over 121.5, you're 102.50. If you give Merrimack 4 or more days rest, the under is 38.15. And Merrimack unders off a win are 56-23. You've won 8 straight times. We're taking it. I know it's reverse line movement, but we're taking it. We're going to go with the under 134.5. I actually got 133.5 earlier today, so a little bit better a number now. I guess you know, if you get scared by that kind of stuff in the line movement, then maybe that's not for you, but it is for me. And I took the under 134.5. Plus, the problem I have with some of these MAC games of these fucking New York schools, I told you I got to go to the alternate books because they're in New York, and you can't bet college sports in the state that you live in, at least in New York State. I don't know how that is for you guys. I don't know if you guys find the same rules where you are. Can you bet on the college teams in the states that you live in? Terry Davis bet the under 133 last night, so it's kind of U-shaped a little bit. Interesting point, Jerry. Nunya, public bet on the St. Peter's game up. I'm doubling down on the under. Nunya says Green Bay first half full game spreads versus IU Indy. I like that Green Bay spot. I don't mind a 6.5 seems fair against this. IU Indy is that fucking bad, right? And Green Bay's been playing better with Gottlieb. You got to give him some credit. Peter says same in mass. DraftKings thinks block him. Yeah, that's what I figured. Cleveland State and Oakland. Here's a Horizon battle. This one should get you guys jacked up. It's part of the Instagram play of the day. The IGPOD has gone 8-2 in its last 10 games. 8-2 in its last 10 games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it right there for you. Hammer Crunch says hoping for another stream party for the NCAA game. Smoke says no NCAA Virginia. Yeah, so that must be part of the league. I heard today. I guess it was yesterday. I heard New York is trying to pass resolution. You can't. Now this really probably doesn't apply to some, right? But you can't make more than 4 deposits in a 24-hour period of time. I think it was 4 or 5. Doesn't matter. That one was less concerning. No in betting, no live betting. Let's see if I can find what it was. Dude, it's fucked up. I was like, what? You can't, there are no ads during games. No, when you're watching the sporting event, they can't have sports ads on there or sports book ads on there. What else do they have in there? Let's see if I can find it really quick. Boy, I thought I saw that and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? What are we doing here? When do we go communist? I guess it's New York, so it's kind of partially the way there, but I can't find it. I'll tell you what, I'll be voting against that shit. No siree. You don't need to restrict me anymore. Can't already bet on college sports in sports. Come on. I don't want to be involved in that. Redbeard says New York is whack. I agree. Jerry Davis bet IU Indy plus 8.5 last night. -6 probably on Green Bay. All right, so you got the free Instagram play of the day over there. I'm going to give you guys that little Easter egg hunt to go on. And then we're going to finish off with USC and Minnesota. USC and Minnesota to kick off and finish up this card. And I'll be honest, I don't trust this USC team. Here's the thing. There should be an over team. There's every trend in the world points to these guys running pace and tempo, playing a fast pace, lots of possessions. But I don't think that translates when you're on the road. And the line will tell you, +2.5s have moved to +4s. 63% of the bets, 63% of the cash have come in on the USC side of things, and the line's moved against them. Now, the totals where the fluctuation comes into me. 146.5s have dropped down to 145.5s. 91% of the bets and 91% of the cash. This is like a total, to me, as I was trying to read this line, this seems like the flat spot for USC. And so I jumped in on Minnesota -3.5. And when I talk about the flat spot, I mean, you got a team that's been, first of all, they're struggling in Big Ten play. Now, some are saying, well, this travel is becoming more than they had accounted for when they moved in. I don't know if I buy into all that. I mean, it is what it is. These guys are traveling in somewhat degree of luxury. Now, they got boat raced by Michigan. They lost by 30 points. That game should have gone over. It went under. That game had a 23-0 over trend on it. And USC rolled a flat dud. They followed it up with Michigan State. They got busted up in that one, 80-51. So now here they come against Minnesota. This will be their third straight road game. Excessive travel. They've been doing all this travel over the past week. But they go back home to play Maryland, who's pretty much bottom feeders in the Big Ten, right? So the flat spot to me is like, hey, they're tired, they're exhausted. There's a lot of talk about the excessive travel. They're not performing to their end of the bargain. Everything shows that they should be producing pace and tempo, but you're on the road and your pace and tempo ain't working. 3.5 points seems like that's a mountain. That's a hill that we can overcome. I don't want to say in an easy fashion, but 3.5 seems like enough points for me to lay to feel pretty good about jumping in on this Merrimack side of things. Minnesota. I took Minnesota. Mr. Wesker's going to go USC +4, though. I don't like being head-to-head with you boys, but I guess we are where we are. The Sweaty Butcher. Then he says, I'm only banned on my bookie, and there's only 2 other offshores that will let me win and limit me. Cameron Sinette's in the house. Got some comments about New York. Mr. Wesker says 2-unit play for him on USC. Nanya says the Gopher smash. Stop this is traveling in luxury and making more money than I agree, dude. And they're going to talk about how they're exhausted and so on and so forth. And Jerry Davis likes the over in that USC game. I told you, everything says it should be an over game. All the trends, I just don't trust USC. And so when I thought about that, to me, it just came down to saying, well, you know what? If I don't trust USC, then why am I looking past Minnesota? Let me just take Minnesota at home. That's a tricky travel little situation. Plus, you got to figure the weather, the snow and cold for those USC kids out of Southern California. You know, when it's snowy and cold for you guys that live in the South, things slow down. A 6-hour bus trip takes 10. That's the way shit happens. And so that contributes to your fatigue. And I don't want to overthink it. That's the way I went to it when it came down to the college basketball card here this evening. Stop Geo says, once college does something with the in-season transfer portal, it'll shake itself back out. And the Sweaty Butcher is giving us the prime cut, baby. The prime cut for Green Bay, Chicago under 45.5 for the Sweaty Butcher. Appreciate my dude checking in with us. All right, I got 3 games I'll rip through here with the NBA, and then we will put the bow on the show and get everybody trying to make that dough. Sitting at 14.5 now for that Toledo spot. You can get that Toledo 14.5. Hoping for a better second half. So we'll see New Orleans Pelicans, Washington Wizards. Oh, you know what? I did skip over this, didn't I? My fault. There's a video out there. I did a full breakdown for you guys in this Oregon and Indiana game, but I added a spot to this game. And I told you guys in the video, the Peach Bowl, 13 of the last 14 Peach Bowls have sailed over this number. It's Oregon and it's Indiana. They've already played together. It was an ugly Oregon performance. We know Kurt Sinetti likes to go out there and run the strategic X's and O's. This line's as high as 50.5 on some books out there. Let me give you the current spread, or let me give you the current rundown here. 42% of the bets, but 52% of the cash have come in on the Oregon side of things, and it moved from +4 to +3. So you got the Ducks at +3. Bigger bets coming in on that thing. 128,772 tickets. That's a pretty good fucking sample. Then you got the 47.5 moved to 49.5. You got 66% of the bets and 67% of the cash on the over. It's gone up 3 points to 50.5. What did we see yesterday? Slower start to the game. People are tense. These kids start out slow and under the microscope. They don't want to make mistakes. And then once we start seeing some scoring, things start to open up and get loose. And maybe over the long haul of this game, that's exactly what we see. But to kick this thing off, I like this first half under. I was one of those spots that I found on DraftKings or FanDuel had 25.5. Everybody else was hanging 23.5s and 24s. And so 25.5 points, I mean, that's, four scores would kill me. Anything under that seems like it's in pretty good shape. And that goes along with the way I thought this game will play out. Want to keep it on the ground. We saw poor turnovers caused Oregon to lose that last game. But the thing about it is the key stat for me, I don't care if you like Oregon or Indiana, the fact that Oregon only allows 2.2 red zone attempts per game means I find it hard to see 4 scores busting my back in this game in the first half. So I took the first half under 25.5. And for the full video breakdown, all the trends, all the angles, all the fun stuff that goes into it, you can catch that video here. We'll be done momentarily. So you'll be able to check it out. But I got 25.5. Some of you guys are going to be like, I can only get 24.5. Fine. Whatever. I got 25.5. And I paid some juice for it. But I'm okay with 24.5. So Phil the Kill says, whoever wins, don't burn money again. Fading Miami. Don't do it to yourself. People want a pretty offense and get distracted. I think Oregon's going to slap them boys. I think Oregon's going to slap them in the mouth. That's a rematch opportunity here, and I'm tired of hearing about Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza, throw an interception. Book that one, too, if you can play those player props. I can't get some of those player props, but he's looked sluggish as of late. All right, New Orleans Pelicans will be the side that I'm playing here for 2 reasons. One, I'm not playing the Washington Wizards. Nope, not this time. There are trades underway. The Wizards are growing and will gain the benefits of Trae Young. Got to get excited for that, but he won't be playing tonight. And so if we look at this line, it opened up at -1. It's now -3. 43% of the bets, 46% of the cash came in on the Pelicans. They like this Pelicanos, and you can see -130s on the money line. Totals moved up to 242.5. I'm not sure I get that. Oh, by the way, with that college basketball or college football game, unders off the shutout. Let's not forget what Oregon did that last game in terms of the old shutout. 176, 121, and 6 to the under. Unders off the shutout. So I thought that was an impressive little number I wanted to add out there. This is one of them spots where it's the road favorite's a reason. And if you're on a shitty losing streak, it makes absolutely 0 sense that you should be a favorite. And so do the books know something? The answer is yes. It's 92-40 overall. Then you add into the flux of the fluidity of the transfer movement that's taken place. I was going to say transfer portal. The trading that's going on with Washington, trying to get a practice back together to get everybody in the right positions at the right time. Way too much uncertainty. And so they come in here and they make New Orleans Pelicans a favorite. You're 7-2-1 the last 10 if you take a road favorite that's on a 3 or more game losing streak. And that is what I did with the Pelicanos. I moved into the Sixers game. 49% of the bets, 52% of the cash are on the Sixers. It's moved from -2 to -3 to -3.5 out there now in some books, depending on which side you like. You want to shop around to get the best number, but I took the Philadelphia 76ers, and I looked at it and said to myself, it's a weird, I got on some group text message and it says, who in the fuck is this? I don't recognize any of the numbers. And it just came through with a 911 alert to it. So weird. Anyhow, we talked about this kind of surprise with this Philadelphia 76ers team having that flat spot the other day. How do you lose to Denver's all busted up at 14.5 points? But they followed it back up. Remember when I said I was on the Wizards? And I was like, I loved it at 13 and it moved to 16.5. And I said, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either the Sixers are going to be pissed off that they were embarrassed about losing to Denver and they're going to thump Washington, or they're going to find out. I mean, that's just too many points. Well, they lost the game by what? 14 points on the 21 points overall on a 16.5. So it was a 4.5 point miss on the cover. Sixers. But they rebounded. That was a bad Denver spot. I guess you could say it was a flat spot for them. But this is a spot we want to play on the Sixers. And the reason that I was looking at it for two things. Well, I guess what it comes down to, once the Sixers click into gear, they're on fire. After a high-scoring game, when they're rolling with overs, they're 16-2. They've won 14 straight times in that spot. And if you think about the personnel between Maxey and Edgecombe and Embiid and, go on. It doesn't matter. Go down the line. George, this is a team that falls into rhythm and continues to ride that roll. And that's 14 straight wins for the 76ers. Specifically, we look at league-wide trends. We look at team-specific trends, sometimes player or coaching trends out there. This is a trend that's a team-specific to the Sixers in 14 straight. When they get hot, they stay hot, and I'm going to back them in this position. And then this is one of our favorite positions to close off the card. This is the immediate bounce-back revenge. This line opened at 6.5. It's moved to 7. 65% of the bets, 67% of the cash. It was a terrific Houston spot the other day. They shit the bed. Flat out. 6.5, 7.5 favorites. They lost outright 103-102. It's the duplex spot. It's the immediate bounce back revenge against the same opponent. Those trends are 52-17 if the total's over 4.5, which it is with this Rockets game. Same time, same place, same channel. And then if you look at the Rockets in a favorite with their coach, they're 58-40. So I think I'm willing to overlook the anomaly for the duplex spot out there and take me some Houston Rockets minus 6.5 to close up shop here today, you guys. Let's see what you guys have to say here. Bunch of comments coming in to close us up. Miami defense can't stop anybody late in the game. That was my takeaway. Phil the Kill says they did, though. They couldn't stop the refs. That much is true. Such a good game last night. Let's see. Phil the Kill says, I'll take the plus 5.5 or plus 2.5 with Oregon, whoever Miami faces. Nicholas Haney says, if you can get the last possession on Miami, you can beat them. I agree. You got to manage the clock appropriately. Markel says, what was the play for the Cleveland State game? It is over on the IG page. All you got to do is click open, and you'll be able to go see it. I'll leave you guys with that. In fact, plenty of things for you guys to check out here. You got the Instagram play of the day, 8-2 in our last 10. You've got the NFL Betting Blitz show with my guy, the Shark, and I giving out 6 games in the NFL with 9 best bets. And then we'll be back to do it again tomorrow. My man Ramon Scott at 9 a.m. for the morning steam. We will roll in. Should be live for, I think, the Green Bay Chicago Bears game. So stay tuned, stay posted. Appreciate everybody joining us here on the show this evening. Have yourselves a very, very nice Friday night. Enjoy your time with your friends and family. And I'll see you guys back here again to do it